Testing, trying to make sure the live works. Excuse the background from the live on the Facebook. That's how I usually check. Just trying to make sure that you guys can hear me clear. If you can hear me clear, let me know. Okay. All right, guys, what's going on? This is Chris Classic dropping another live early today because I'm gonna cook today. I'm gonna spend a little time with my family. We're just coming back from Minnesota. We did a vacation to the Mall of America and everything like that. If you guys don't have anything to do during the summer, want something to do during the year, I recommend. It's a big mall. We were only there for a few days, and we didn't even finish looking at everything, but it was good to travel and stuff like that, spend time with family. So I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm gonna try to keep the volume low because my wife is doing something very important upstairs. But I did want to talk about the main event, Money in the Bank 2022, and I also wanted to talk about a lot of takes. A lot of people were upset, to say the least, about some of the winners or how things were done. So I did want to cover that as well. Make sure July 23rd, I'm at Appleton, Wisconsin at the American Legion with Runaway Train. I'm going against Cody Yatt. I don't like that guy. That guy doesn't like me. He wants to make a statement and an example. I'm going to make a bigger statement out of him. So that's going to be a great match. You have a lot of people here. You have Spectre, you have TW3, you have Fitz, you have the now champion Drake. You have a lot of people here. You have some debuts, some returns, and everything like that. It's going to be a great show. So a week after that, C3 Ultimate Wrestling returns with Kingdom Come. We also have a lot of debuts there. I'm very excited about the show. You guys know that we're trying to do this show since September. So a lot of cancellations, setbacks, setups, and stuff like that. So I just thank God that we have the opportunity to do this show. You know, we have other things that we want to do. Like this really derailed a lot of our plans with future shows and stuff like that. But we are grateful. We're going to pack the house in Crown Point. This is our first time in Crown Point and our first time doing a later show at 7:30. Doors open at 7. So we also have August 12th. I make my debut at WW Cage in the cage match. And it's a special stipulation that they are going to explain later down the line for the show for the winner of it. I debuted there. There's a lot of returns there as well. This is in Green Bay, Wisconsin, August 12th. It's going to be dope, my debut. And then I return to True Privilege Wrestling August 27th at the Showdown in Maywood, Illinois. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. If you have it, make sure you subscribe to my bro Kevin's channel, Yellow Pill Coffee Company. Talks about a lot of serious issues from both sides of the spectrum of male and female or anything or any walk in life. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. We also have us doing parties for the summer. So make sure if you guys want to do a party for your child or a block party or a school event or convention or something, you want to make anything special, let us know. Contact us through phone or email. Go through the matches real quick for Kingdom Come, which I'm excited for. We have the Cobra. He is debuting against the Ewok. Me and the Ewok, we are on site terms with each other. So I'm not curious. I'm just waiting for July 30th. We have Cassidy Keith versus myself. It's another on site because of what Cassidy Keith has told me. Then we also have a triple threat with Mike Strong, Marcelo Spade, and Perfection, who is debuting. Mike and Marcelo, they've been here at C3 for a while, and they've been going to have their ups and downs with matches and stuff. I'm glad to see Mike Strong safe because he was kidnapped, and he did escape. So we're going to go into the video. We're going to go into the title of the video. And I hope you guys are doing great today. All right. WWE Money in the Bank 2022 review. What do y'all really want? LOL. And we're going to talk about that, but let's go over the results real quick. So I'll give a few personal opinions on how I feel about the winners or who I thought should have won and stuff like that. But let's go into it. All right. So we started with Liv Morgan. She defeated Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shotzi for her Money in the Bank contract. Um, to be honest, I think it's dope to see Liv Morgan win. Uh, if I had to bet, like low key, I forgot it was even Saturday. I was already out, so I wasn't going to watch it anyway. Money in the Bank, I was going to come back and watch it like I did yesterday, but I forgot it was even Saturday, and I realized that SummerSlam is on the same day as Kingdom Come, but you should definitely go to Kingdom Come over SummerSlam. You could come back and watch SummerSlam, but anyway, uh, I would probably would have chose if I had to look at the lineup like I am now, I probably would have chose Lacey Evans and maybe even Raquel. But Liv, she won it. She deserves it. I would have thought like because everything with the promo packages of Lacey Evans and all the stuff. I don't want to say it's curious, but let's just say it's interesting. And then even Liv having ups and downs and stuff like that, and then even like the push that Raquel had, like going against Ronda Rousey so early coming in as a debut. Not saying like she didn't deserve it or anything like that, but it was a good thing. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to get my daughter. Please excuse me. My wife just told me she's up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna try to keep being lower, more quiet because my wife is still doing something. They said that they can hear me, so I'm gonna try to be a little bit lower. So please bear with me because I do want to do this live. I don't want to wait for another time. So thank you for everybody that's still listening to me and everything like that. But going back to Liv Morgan and stuff like that, it's kind of dope that she got it. You know, I wouldn't have chose her, but to me, I think it's like well deserved, especially if you've seen her become a better wrestler in NXT. And I want to talk about that later down the line with the what's wrong with her. So, going to the second match, Bobby Lashley defeated Theory by the Hurt Lock. It was a good match. It wasn't long. It didn't need to be long. I'm noticing that like a lot of Bobby Lashley's matches, they're not as long, but they don't need to. You know, regardless if he's winning or losing, especially when he was against Almas and MVP with that feud and stuff like that. The matches weren't that long, and they don't need to be. Even with the Theory, I know they probably were pressed for time because of the ladder matches, the two ladder matches and stuff like that. You know, it was for a United States title. A lot of people do not like Theory. A lot of people don't like how he was brought up. A lot of people don't like how he forced down people's throats. But it was a good match. I think it was solid. I think it showed Theory's character. It showed how serious Bobby is. You know, a lot of people, like myself, would prefer Bobby to be with Roman at SummerSlam because Roman has cleared the locker room back here. And he has beaten Lashley before, but Roman, you know, the Bobby has also beat Roman. So it could have been a money match if they chose Brock. This will always be a money match. I mean, a lot of us are upset and don't like that it's Brock again, but I know with Cody being hurt and a lot of stuff, they scrambled. But I think that Bobby could have been a great contender because people are still behind him. He still has a feeling of believability. You know, everything works out with that. Um, Next match is Bianca Belair. She defeated Carmella by pinfall. Great match. Like I said, this one it wasn't that long. It was methodical. It was more about charisma and attitude and stuff like that. And I think both of them exuded both of that. You had Bianca with a strong point. Yeah, Carmella's strong points with her character, the love and light thing, the Mela is money. Thought it was kind of cool that they both had money print. I know that somebody was critical on Bianca wearing it, saying that's what heels wear, whatever. But it was a very entertaining match. Like to me, WWE, I don't want to say has had the best events since this year, but they've had some solid matches from the men and the women and stuff like that. Even going back to the women's Money in the Bank match, it was solid. You know, I think even these matches, they are both matured and the wrestlers understand how serious and what you got to do because there are many times where, what's going on, Reese? Good to see you, man. Good to hear from you. The thing with like a lot of these Money in the Bank matches and any matches that have anything to do with multiple people is that it becomes a cluster because people don't know what to do and stuff like that. You know, people look lost. People look like they're walking around with ladders and tables and stuff like that. WWE, even and I don't want to say even the women because I don't want to be disrespectful, but they put on like they've really put on with these matches. They don't look lost. They look well put together. Outside of botches do happen and stuff like that. That's going to be on a previous video. We're going to talk about that another time. But they were good. Carmella attacked Bianca, so most likely they're going to feud again. Probably do something at SummerSlam or just have a brush over match on Raw soon or whatever, and then Bianca will go on to maybe Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. You know, hopefully Rhea will be good by SummerSlam. So we have the Usos. They defeated the Street Profits by pinfall. This was a phenomenal tag team match, and I remember when New Day and Usos would go against each other so many times, and people, to what I've seen, they never got tired of it. They would trade victories and championships just back and forth. But then to see what the Street Profits did. Now, I was a big fan of the Street Profits at the beginning. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't that big of a D'Angelo Dawkins fan. Like if you remember, like he was one of the day ones in NXT, pun intended. and I just didn't like the spinning. I just didn't like the how he came out. I just didn't. So him teaming with Tez, I think it did great for both of these guys. And I'm thinking that Dawkins is showing that he's been here and he's going to stay here. You know, a lot of people have been critical on more on Montez than Dawkins. You know, say that Montez is a star and stuff like that. Dawkins, they need to break up soon. So, you know, now even WWE is pushing that they're going to divide, they're going to push. So I think Dawkins for the last few months has been showing that he is here to stay too, and he can wrestle as well. Like, we are a tag team. It's not just one Street Profit, it's the Street Profits. So I do think that that is motivation, and that's how you do it. You know, a lot of wrestlers get upset when people don't like them or they don't see the potential in them and stuff like that. So instead of actually training or making a name for yourself or actually just deflecting what the haters say, they go to Facebook, they go to Twitter and stuff. Please like me. Please like me. Some of this criticism is needed because it'll actually pull out the best of you and stuff like that. I've had people being critical of me for a long time and stuff like that. And most of it is coming from a good place. Most of it is not from a bad place and stuff. Most want me to protect the business more and they want me to do certain things. So this match was good, from the falsies to the kickouts to, oh, we thought this was over, but it's not. Here comes Jimmy to save Jay. Here comes Montez to save Dawkins, or the other way around. And then near the end of the match, when they all four of them are standing and looking at each other, and then they get a standing ovation. Those are moments that I like. I mean, you got the Fight Forever chants. You got all that stuff that people say you don't hear at WWE. Apparently, you do hear them at WWE. This isn't my first time hearing it, but they all did great. So they put on, if you know, a lot of people are saying that modernized wrestling is different now, but from between the old school stuff and now. But if this is a form of modernized tag team, sign me up. So that was pretty good. Next match is Ronda Rousey. She defeated Natalya. Very technical match. I didn't really care of the build up to the match, of how I didn't like the build up basically of the mom thing, because didn't Charlotte kind of did the same thing. So it was just like, okay, y'all gotta stop this. Oh well, you're a mom and this and that. And I understand that's good heel heat to talk about somebody's motherhood, but we just left a few with Charlotte talking about that. You get what I'm saying? And then now Natalya can do it. Now Natalya should have been, and she kind of dipped and dabbled. Oh, it should have been me and not you. I told you this and blah, 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 blah. You didn't give me a title match. Something like that. Because they faced each other before, though. They have. But at the same time, you could have did something different. Outside of like the build up and stuff, like you could have said, she says she's been here for the longest, one of the longest tenured wrestling superstars and stuff like that. But I think they could have did a better thing with that. The match itself, very technical, and I very much so loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved how even when Ronda, being a submission expert, and I use it loosely because of the armbar situation and the MMA and stuff, how Natalya will easily just reverse it or do something else. So sometimes Ronda would actually reverse it and stuff like that. It's small stuff like that I like, because this is like a technical match. I think people lose what a great technical match is because they just like the moves that are put on and applied, but they're not showing the transitioning. That's why I like Cheney. Training is supposed to be solid. It's supposed to look like this and stuff like that. That way it looks strong and stuff like that. It looks like you guys are actually trying to make the person tap out, not no loose headlock to where we know that somebody's going to reverse and do something else. So shout out to both of them. I think they both did good. Ronda selling the leg or thigh or whatever injury or whatever. Thought it was kind of cool how she did the her armbar submission to Natalya, because I thought Natalya was gonna like overpower, but she submitted. It sort of reminded me of how Fedor Emelianenko, he did that similar armbar to, it was a giant guy. I don't want to mispronounce his name when he was fighting in Pride, and he got the victory like that. So that was pretty good. After that, Liv cashes in, and Liv is victorious. Not much to see here besides the ankle lock. Then she kicked her and then rolled her up. It's a big deal because there was only a few people who actually beat Ronda, and Liv has defeated Ronda Rousey. Then they were saying like this was the first time the title exchanged from two people that weren't the four horsewomen since 2017, to my knowledge. So that's pretty good. Uh, Salute, Rashawn. What's going on, brother? Good to see from you. Good to hear from you. Good to see from you. Hope everything's going good for you. Shout out to him and everything he does on his channel, Critically Drinking. Very great topics to talk about and discuss, and not only just the Black community, but just in any community, period. So shout out to everything that you're doing. So, yeah, Liv winning. Well, a lot of people were upset that Liv won the Money in the Bank championship. Like, a lot of people were mad that she won. She won the Money in the Bank, and then they were mad that she actually won the SmackDown Women's title. And then they were also mad that Ronda won it. I mean, that she beat Ronda for it. We're gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna talk about all of that shortly. But yeah. Shout out to Liv Morgan. Okay, so the main event was Theory, Drew McIntyre, Madcap, Omos, Riddle, Sammy, Seth, and Sheamus, and Theory won. Now, yeah, came over like, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. You know, thank y'all for the love that y'all continue to give me and stuff like that. If I don't get a lot of views here, I'll eventually get views later and stuff like that, because people busy, people tired, people got other stuff to do. So shout out to you, bro. I would have had Riddle win. I'm not gonna lie, Riddle grew on me. I wasn't a big fan of Riddle in NXT. I wasn't even like, people would just like watch stuff on the independents. I wasn't that big, but he grew on me since NXT, especially that match he had with Velveteen Dream. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that guy anymore. Anyway, good match. It was a good match. I thought it made sense how they was trying to get rid of Omos, because Omos was like the biggest threat. I thought it was funny how they like darted. They didn't like powerbomb Omos in the announce table. They like darted that man into the table, and he dang near could have missed it and hit his head on those chairs. That was funny. Some good spots. Riddle with the RKO, the dive out spot that he did off the top. Like, the structure of the match was very good, because the unpredictability was the crazy part. Now, to many people's defense, when Adam Pearce announced that Theory was in it, some people already knew that Theory was going to win. But going in from just looking at what Riddle was doing or what a lot of these other guys were doing, you was like, okay, well, Riddle might win, because Riddle had good moments and good spots and stuff like that. But Seth had good spots too. Everybody still loves Seth. You know, a lot of people get mad that he's not winning certain matches and think that he's being squashed. No, you got to learn how to be transitional. Sometimes you're not needed for the main event. Sometimes you're needed for something else or whatever like that. So Riddle was at the top eventually at the end, and then Theory basically pushes him off and wins. So a lot of people are upset with that. Like I said, I do wish that I would have had Riddle win it, but Austin win it. So it's just okay, but we'll see where it goes from here. You know, a lot of people think because the Money in the Bank does have a high success rate in making new champions, that Austin may be a champ in the future. Like I said, I'm more of a wait and see. You've had failed cash-ins. You had Cena failed cash-in. Braun Strowman failed cash-in. Damian Sandow failed to cash in. Otis lost his against The Miz. Mr. Kennedy lost his against Edge. And it was like another one that was like a cash-in fail. But you've had some, so we'll see where it goes from that. I mean, the rate is higher for people to win championships. I mean, Liv won one. So let's go to the second one, because like I said, I'm just gonna try to do this real quick. What y'all want? What do y'all want? Look, I'm one of those guys to be like, okay, I see Roman winning, I see Brock going against each other and stuff. Okay, that's money. As a businessman, you want to make a lot of money, and that's one of those things that's going to sell and give viewerships. But man, I do want new people to get an opportunity. So you get two people who did get a new opportunity, and some people didn't like it. Now, going to Theory, right? I understand on different perspectives on why this sucked for a lot of people. One, because he did lose his match, his championship, to Bobby Lashley. So why wouldn't Bobby be in it if Theory just comes out of nowhere? So I totally understand that aspect. I totally understand, because he didn't win, didn't do anything to deserve it. But at the same time, on that flip coin, on the other side of the coin, he's Vince's boy. You know, Vince has always shown favoritism, or the authority has shown favoritism to wrestlers and stuff like that. Put them in matches, put them in championship matches and stuff like that. Sonya Deville did it too. Not saying I agree with it, but when Sonya Deville was an authority figure in SmackDown or whatever like that, she was challenging. Well, she was beating up Naomi and stuff like that, and doing stuff like that. And then eventually, when she went to Raw, she was trying to go against Bianca for her championship. So these kind of things do happen. So I do understand. Consistency in WWE, they dang near don't go hand in hand sometimes. People are like, Rollins should have won because feuds with Roman didn't close right with the disqualification victory, or Riddle should have won, not Theory. So I understand that. You get what I'm saying? I totally understand that. Some people are talking about the allegations that Theory had against him with the underage girl, and they said that it wasn't proven that it was false. And I'm like, you know, if y'all want to do that, y'all can go through that or whatever like that. I don't know much about it. I should probably read into it or whatever like that, because it is unfortunate, you know, especially when we was just talking about the speaking up movement. I've been doing videos about this stuff, and I felt like it was a trend because everybody was in the house. As soon as everybody went outside, it went away. Like, you're looking at all of this stuff. There's videos, shoot videos of wrestlers from AEW, WWE, or even on the independents that people allege them doing something and stuff like that. So if that's your thing with that and why you don't like them, that's totally understandable. That's totally understandable. If you don't like somebody because of the allegations towards them, and you probably think it's true because there was no evidence, I understand that too. But then when it goes to, oh, well, I don't like him because he's irritating. What are heels supposed to be? You know, what are heels supposed to be? I think we're in a generation with wrestling where a lot of people feel that you're supposed to like the bad guy. But, you know, MJF does a great job to where he's a guy that's a heel, but a lot of people like. But just because you don't like him, or you don't like her, or even if she's just a face, that doesn't mean that they didn't deserve it or something like that or whatever. Well, I think we're living in a generation where everybody has a platform. I have a platform, right? So he's a heel. He's an irritating heel. He takes selfies. He's cool with Vince. He gets a lot of opportunities. This is something that we have always seen or whatever like that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a big fan of Theory, because I'm not really just trying to say I'm defending him. You get what I'm saying? Because I only seen a few things from him. You get what I'm saying? The victories and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like, okay, well, maybe he's doing his job. You don't like him. You don't like how he got shoehorned. And that's the thing with Money in the Bank, too. You shoehorn people into title contentions. You get what I'm saying? You can shoehorn them. You can shoehorn them by, okay, they can interrupt somebody's championship match, or somebody gets hurt during a promo or something. You can cash in. That's what it is. So him being shoehorned into the match, that's not nothing new. I know a lot of people are expecting Cody Rhodes or whatever like that, but you know, they can celebrate, they can push that to something greater. It just makes Cody's anticipated return more special. But with heels and stuff like that, we're just living at a time where people legit don't like heels, and I'm like, that's the point. But nowadays, heels go on social media and say, hey, I'll just play this in you know, I play this on TV, but in real life, I'm a nice person. Please buy my merch. Please come to the conventions. Please come to the shows. And it's just like, y'all don't care about being heels. Y'all just want to make money. And that's why there's no devotion into being heels. That's why I praise guys like MJF or anything like that, or some guys that's on the independent scene. RK Savage, that's my bro, very good heel. Made a kid waste all his M&Ms. But that's my thing. You know, if you're gonna go, first of all, I'm not gonna I can't tell everybody what to do. But if you are gonna go on social media, just say this: hey, I'm just mad at them because they didn't push somebody that I wanted to win. But then you also turn around and be like, hey man, they need new stars. They need to push new stars. Now, this is just a Money in the Bank victory, and there's a possibility he could lose that. And there's a possibility that he can cash in and then lose it. Like, think about this kind of stuff. Sometimes title range, you forget that people won the belt because they didn't last long. Nikki Ash was ASH. She was a women's champ, right? But she lost it. I don't think a lot of people are like bringing that up, and sometimes WWE sweeps that under the rug and say this is a former women's tag champ or something like that. And now those belts are irrelevant. You get what I'm saying? So now it's all about how the championship would be, or even how to cash in. So let's see. So that's how I feel about it with theory. You know, a lot of people, if it's the heel, you're supposed to not be like. You're supposed to make people want to buy a ticket to see somebody shut you up. They did a great job with Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley is a believable guy and everything that he does and whatever and whatnot. So the pose downs and stuff like that. You know, some people didn't like him. Some people see that it was entertaining, but it did bring something because Bobby is one of those guys that look like he will punch you in the mouth. That's simple. As far as Liv go, a lot of people upset about Liv Morgan winning because it was like her win record. Like we really arguing about a win record for a ladder match to get a briefcase. Like to me, like we really like, you know, some people who I did talk to on my Facebook, they were very critical, and they were saying like, you know, just wasn't a fan, or they didn't see the appeal to Liv or whatever like that. So why are they doing that? And like I said, I have my people who I do like, and some people I'm like, okay, but I don't see it in them or whatever like that. Coming from me, just in my own home. But people, they give people chances sometimes. And like I said, with Liv, you know, many of us seen Liv when she started in NXT. And me and my bro Juice, we used to make fun of her theme song. I thought her theme song was the worst theme song ever. Yo, yiggity yo, yiggity yo, 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 yo. I hated that because it sounded so cultural appropriation-y. But it was, you know, but she from Jersey, so I don't know what they do in Jersey. So and she needed to improve when she was in NXT, the black and gold brand. I was just like, I would look at some stuff would mess up, but she improved. Then the Riot Squad, I didn't really care for her in the Riot Squad, and I ain't gonna lie to you. But then when she did her singles thing, unfortunately, when her people got released, a lot of people started liking her and stuff. A lot of guys started seeing the appeal in her. A lot of young women started looking at her, and they started seeing themselves through her and stuff like that. It went through the natural way. So it's like, for her to win, you know, because she went through a lot. Remember the storyline with Lana where they were trying to make it seem like her and Lana was in a relationship while, you know, Lana was real life married to Rusev, but then trying to be married to Bobby. It was just so much stuff with Liv Morgan. So shout out to her. You know, WWE is milking it on strong about having people believe in her and liking her because it was her childhood dream to be a WWE Women's Champion. That's still a lot of people's childhood dreams. I know a lot of people talk bad about it and stuff, but some people do want that. They want to put their name etched in the immortal book of the WWE Champions, regardless if the title reign is a minute or a year. Some people still want to do it. And if you feel that way, that's fine. You know, don't hear what all these other people say and stuff like that. Some people want to do that. You'll be surprised. I understand people say AEW is the spot to have fun and all of that stuff. But I bet you bottom dollar, you have a lot of people that would love the opportunity to still work for WWE, regardless if they got released or not. And some don't. And that's fine too. I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, you know, you should work here, you should work there. I'm trying not to be like that because it's no point. It's no point. But Liv winning, we'll see where it goes from here because she could feud with Ronda at SummerSlam. You know, SummerSlam is at the end of this month. So we'll see where it goes from here. But it's just like when you sit there and you be like, oh, well, I want new people to get an opportunity. And then you get two people, it's not people that you don't like. You know, I ain't going to lie. I thought it sucked that Moxley got a chance to be an interim AEW champion. I'm like, dang, y'all just crapped on Adam Page just like that. But then some people are like, okay, well, it makes sense because some people don't like Adam Page as a champion. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe they don't like Adam Page as a champion AEW. That's their choice. They can choose to do that. They can choose they can choose that decision. You know, it is what it is. So, some people are hypocrites. Maybe I'm one to you. I don't know. I'm just very glad to be here. So that's what it is. It's just the review. It was entertaining. Money in the Bank. I think all the matches were good. I don't think it was like really boring. Like I said, WWE has been doing a decent job with their pay-per-views. AEW's been doing decent too, even though I didn't care for them or nothing like that. I really just did not care about that show. But other than that, that's it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. In 10 minutes, it'll be 12. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. If you comment, I come back to the comments even if the live is ended. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day once again. Until the next video, you want to say bye-bye? Come on. Come here. My baby want to say bye-bye. Y'all know that's my co-host. Come on, mama. Come here. Y'all know that's my co-host. I'm saying my baby say bye-bye. All right, this is Chris Classic. Let's take it home. Say bye-bye. Blow him a kiss. Blow him a kiss. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day.